Welcome back, Captain Stevens.
Where am I?
You are inside the source code.
What is the source code?
It's a computer program, Captain.
Source code enables you to cross over into another man's identity in the last 8 minutes of his life.
At 7:48 this morning, a bomb exploded on a train outside of Chicago, killing everyone on board. A man named Sean Fentress was on that train. He is now you.
Welcome back, guys. We are Dropped a Mic, and you're listening to episode 12, which is entitled Time Won't Let Me Go. This episode's dedicated to the 2011 Jake Gyllenhaal film Source Code. Before we get into the movie as a whole, or the meat of it, let's do some news. Do you guys have any local news that you want to start out with first before I do my bit?
I don't have any.
No? Nobody?
No, I'm good.
Okay, let's see. My local news, what was it? June 18th. I guess it was like mid-morning. Actor Miles Teller was arrested in Pacific Beach for being a drunken ass.
He was detained. He wasn't arrested.
That's what the news said, is that he was arrested.
He put on his Twitter or something that the news is saying he was arrested, but he wasn't detained. So.
Oh. Yeah, anyway, I guess they said the police saw him stumbling, I guess, or swaying back and forth, and he fell over into the street or something. And so they scooped him up.
It's because he realized that his career was over after Mr. Fantastic.
Sir, he made Whiplash, and that's like a fucking lifetime free pass for me.
So good.
That's as good as a music film will ever get for me. And also a bit of personal, I guess, news. My old boss from Thrift Trader, I know Annie knows about Thrift Trader or whatever, but his name was Jeff Clark. He was he's like the owner of all those branches of Thrift Trader and Music Trader back in, was the early 2000s and late 90s. He was, I guess, struck by an Amtrak.
Oh, that's really sad.
Wait,
sorry.
That was him?
Yeah, you heard about that?
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just this past weekend. He was supposedly had just played a show down in somewhere in Little Italy, and it's still unclear. I don't think he was in a car, because none of the articles say anything about a car. I think he was on foot, which is probably worse, to be honest. And they're saying, there's speculation whether he was drunk or not. I would think that he'd have to be, under some kind of influence for that to happen. But he supposedly was distracted by his cell phone and didn't hear it coming. The conductor saw him from a ways back and tried to slam on the emergency brakes, but they still hit him at, I guess it was like 30 miles per hour, and he survived. He's in the hospital as we speak, but the guy's crazy in a good way. I feel like he's on another level than us, as human beings, and I feel like he's going to pull through this. I just heard from my buddy Eli, who does the music for the show. He was the manager. He was my old manager and worked for Jeff for years. Has known him way longer than I have, but I just heard from him that yesterday morning that he opened up one eye and was able to squeeze his son's hand, so he's coherent. He was I forgot to say, he was in a coma for a while, and it looks like he's coming out of it. So yeah, this episode is dedicated to him. And I forgot to introduce you guys. So we got James Warney back in the studio. Anais Rodriguez is back from last week, aka
What?
Toy Doll Annie.
What's up?
And the man of the hour, we have Dennis.
ghost.
Yeah, Dennis Rohill is back in the studio, guys.
Hey guys, it's been 3 weeks now. So, yeah, it's been a month. A lot of crazy stuff happened within that month. Let me see. I had a back injury. 2 jobs, which isn't bad, but that's something to add to it. And
I think that's the one of the brighter things, right?
Well, it's good and bad because of one of those jobs, I was away because of my back, and then just last week, my good buddy and personal friend Remy, my pet rat, passed away. So
R.I.P.
yeah, so I've been dealing with that, but we're back and we're here to record.
Yeah, man. Let me just say, thank you for coming back, man. You know, you started this with me, and it's not the same without you. As fun as it's been hanging out with these two, you know, I wouldn't change it at all. But it's awesome to have you guys back, and now I feel like we have like this big kind of mega squad, and it'll be fun to jump into this film and see how things go and the different perspectives and you know.
Yeah, and let me tell you, it's been unusual not being here. Every week that went by, I knew there was something I was supposed to be doing that week, but it was missing, and it was different for sure. So I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, welcome back, dude. Do you guys want to jump into what do we have next? Was it pop culture?
Oh man, yeah, let's do pop culture.
Who wants to go first? James, you want to go first? News is your bit, so let's go.
Yeah, the Marvel president was asked if they would ever make a Blade movie again. And he said Blade is considered to them a legacy character.
Okay.
And
Blade is my shit, by the way.
That's I love those movies, but he said it's something they would like to do one day, but as of right now, there's no plans for it.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard talks about something on Netflix or some script floating around about how his daughter was going to be trained by him and that they could continue a sort of storyline based upon that.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Would you want to have, was it Wesley Snipes?
Mm-hmm.
Would you want him to
he'd be reprising his role
again?
again.
Okay.
But with a younger generation to lead on to newer.
And it would be on
ventures.
Netflix, or?
That was up to debate.
They're not sure whether it's going to have the fan base that it once had. You know, it's been so long. But this is old news now, and it's probably changed since I've read this. But I had heard that they weren't sure that if they wanted to get Wesley back because of his age. He's kind of like on the ticking clock, so to speak. You know what I mean?
I heard he's a really crazy person to work with.
Yeah.
He doesn't come out in that many things, so that's probably
no.
why.
I mean, he did.
Well,
he was
now
like the
he
it
doesn't.
guy of the 90s,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean?
for sure.
White man can't jump, all these crazy shit. But, so not only, like, there's his age, and then whether he's kind of a wild card. I don't know if he's straightened up, because he's come back in a few different things, you know? He was in Brooklyn's Finest in Expendables. I feel like he's after the tax evasion stupid shit, he's kind of straightened up his deal. But other than that, I would love to see it because I heard that he's kept in really good shape as well.
He
Like
looked pretty good
for an
Yeah,
older
he
man,
looks-
he looks
he
fine.
looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Still probably the same, you know. So yeah,
To be honest, I feel like he's the Hugh Jackman of Blade. Like
it'd be hard to see someone else play Blade.
You know, they did that TV series.
Yeah.
That was.
I didn't even watch it because I was
I
like,
didn't watch
fuck
it
What
that.
TV series?
It was. I don't even know what series.
It was called Blade something House.
Yeah, I think it might have been on TNT.
Yeah, it was TNT.
TNT or
It was
wow,
like a
I never even heard of this.
yeah, it was like a mini series, and what they did is they made him bald.
Yeah.
And they gave him tattoos.
He always
Well,
had
yeah,
He had
tattoos.
tattoos on the side.
He's
like,
always
right
had
here.
tattoos, sir.
Did he?
Tribal.
Oh, that's right.
The
that's
tribal
right.
stuff.
Yeah,
We saw it more though with the bald head.
yeah, because they
noticed it more.
didn't they like almost wrap around his head like.
Yeah, they went to like the top of
So
his ear.
it just didn't do well I mean, it's not around, right?
They have a new line. It's attached to a new line, I think, and they have the Blade box set includes that.
Yeah, you get that.
Stuff because it lasted one season. I don't know. I'm not sure if it was a miniseries, but it did not. I don't
Yeah, I
think
it's
it
one
was.
season.
I don't think it was well received at all. Because when I saw it, I was like, nope, not watching it.
Yeah.
It's not Wesley.
Same thing.
You know what? To be honest, the third movie wasn't that great either.
No, yeah, I totally agree.
No, my favorite part was Ryan Reynolds in that, just because his comedic performance.
Blade Trinity, it was a good premise, but it was just kind of
short.
it was totally miscast. I don't like the dude from Prison Break being Dracula.
Oh yeah, that was
He's
weird.
too big, and like you said, Wesley was acting like a dick on that set.
Yeah,
He refused to act with anybody. So all of the scenes
like
that you see,
stand-ins, right?
all the scenes where you see him talking to the other people, Jessica Biel, Ryan Reynolds, that's all stand-in stuff. So they would like film him talking and then have to go back and film their reactions, and that's why the film suffers. It's fucking weird.
Well, I mean, not just that, but the were-hyena at the end of the movie. Do you remember that?
No.
It was a Japanese cowboy were-hyena after the credits.
Oh, I don't
Everyone's
know.
trying to like repress this.
I don't even
movie.
know.
They just,
I think-
like, don't want to remember it.
You never
this
saw
was
it?
supposed to be like to open-end it, right? For another
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Supposedly Jessica Biel's character and Ryan Reynolds are like hunting some new
Yeah.
type of thing, and there's this guy.
But why?
and-
Because when that was made, I heard that was supposed to be the end. So why would they do a teaser for another?
They probably want to do a spin-off.
Well,
of
no,
those
I mean,
two, right?
it wasn't supposed to be the end because at the end of the movie you see him like move his hand.
With the vampire guy, the
No,
main guy.
Yeah, we got to watch that later.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in so long.
Yeah,
I heard that.
I think Wesley Snipes literally puts his sunglasses back on and he looks around and boom, Daywalker.
I don't know. I thought that was supposed to be the end.
Yeah,
Just
hell
based
no.
on what you're saying about Wesley Snipes, though, it doesn't sound like anyone would want to work with him in a project that, like, to reprise this role. I don't know.
Yeah. Like I said, I think that maybe he's straightened up a bit because he's starting to get back into that world. Not Blade, but I mean like into the industry.
acting,
You're
yeah.
starting to see him pop up a little bit more.
Hopefully he's wised up a little bit.
Yeah,
Matured.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
You know, I like the guy. He has my name.
yeah.
No, but yeah. So what else? What else? Let's move on.
Deadpool 2 has started filming.
Ah,
Very cool.
I like that little teaser where he was like, "I went back to the
The house.
yeah, or to the what's that place called?
Xavier
The school.
for
Yeah, the
gifted.
school. He's like, big fucking surprise. Nobody's home.
Yeah.
What about Josh Brolin?
Oh yeah,
have you
for
seen
cable.
Pictures?
Yeah.
They look pretty
Yeah.
sick. I'm excited.
Josh's cable. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
I think.
You know what?
Great casting.
Dolph Lundgren. I kind of was shooting for that.
Nah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
You think so?
No.
I don't think he has the chops for that.
I think Josh is...
I like the build. You guys are tripping.
Oh, that's good. That's a new one. That's good.
Okay, here we've got what the new. For a second, hopefully not too long, but let's talk about Jumanji.
I didn't watch the trailer yet.
Oh
The
my
trailer-
But-
Who's in the
It
new
looks
Jumanji?
okay.
Dwayne
Hell no,
Johnson.
it doesn't look okay.
Why? Why? I
Whoa,
like The Rock.
Stop
but why?
the presses. That
Because
movie-
he's like in everything now.
that movie looks like shit.
Of course.
They-
I haven't seen
I mean-
trailer. I could tell you
I
that.
mean, you know what? To be honest, I already knew that going into it, but they're butchering it just as bad as Power Rangers, TMNT.
Oh,
Rangers.
we'll get to Power Rangers today, sir. Later
what,
on.
What else? What else? Transformers, Goosebumps for sure. Okay, so they open up with like this high school scene, and they get in trouble, and they have to clean the attic or something like that.
Basement.
Yeah, and they find an Atari.
And the guy's like, "Oh, what's this?"
yeah,
An Atari.
an Atari.
What? I'm so
And
confused. by
the-
this
the-
already.
the cartridge is in there, and that's how they get
Just
into
stop.
Jumanji.
I don't want to see this.
And these kids transform into these actors. They're avatars
Like
in
they
this world.
they pick their characters. Like, "Oh, this guy sounds cool. I'll pick him." And they pick him, and then they,
So the kid becomes the Rock.
yeah,
yeah. There's 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 guys.
Isn't that robbing them of any acting? It's like
yeah. They're
robbery.
useless after that. But
What?